Good morning from Llano, Texas. Isn't that beautiful? That's the golf course. We're going to do the outside of the Rockwood Mini Lite 2520 bunkhouse now, and I'll show you what goes on. First of all, it's got a long awning with the Christmas lights along that deal there, and then it's got two outside speakers, and that next deal right there, that's for the vent hood from the inside. It vents out the oven smoke or whatever, and then we'll go on around here. But yeah, it's a beautiful unit. It's very nice so far, and I'll show you the, if I think of any negatives, I'll tell you. Okay, anyway, so we'll start from this side here. And what is this thing? I don't know. The low point drain, at least they've got it marked. And this thing here, I don't know what this is. That'll be something. Hello. Let me see if it opens. Yeah, it does. Oh, okay. It's for the outside shower hookup. Okay. It also has, for this rail right here, you see that rail right there? You put your outside propane grill on this, and then it comes with a little table that fits on that also. And that's a double 110 outlet. That's cable for like TV. And then this is the exhaust for the furnace, and that is the hot water heater, which I think is an 8-gallon. It doesn't say on the tank, but I think it is. And then I've got two wheel covers. They use Goodyear tires, which is great. And then what else have we got here? 3 steps, entry steps, and they're really easy to lift up and get in. It's not like they're heavy, or they're kind of a hydraulic thing. I'm not sure how that works. And then it's got a nice grab handle there for us old folks. And these windows open here. That window opens there. They're all dark tinted, super dark. And anyway, we're doing the outside, so let's continue. Now, what else? This is for the power stabilizers right here. And you've got two. You see that stabilizer right down here? Well, there's one on the other side identical to that. The only downside, if there's a downside to them, is they both come down at the same time. You can't put one down and then the other one. They both come down. But it does stabilize the RV, and that's what it's supposed to do. So, okay. You also have solar hookup here. If you want to use external solar, you got, this is rated to, it says 20 amps. And so, yeah, you could put you out a panel there up to whatever 20 amps converts to. But yeah, and then what else? There's also 200 watts of solar on the roof, and then some, there in the back is a vent fan, a powered vent fan with a fan. And then this on this end in the bedroom above is just a regular vent with no fan. But you could add a max air fan if you chose to, because there's a 12-volt outlet or thing nearby to tie into. And then what else have we got here? You got a power winch or a power thing, and yeah, I got a cover on it. That's my cover. And then you got two 30-pound propane tanks, 2 batteries on this one. They come standard with one. This one for some reason has 2, and of course these are AGM batteries. They're not lead acid. I was told that they thought they were lead acid. They're not. They're maintenance-free batteries, which is muy bueno. And I think they're 100 amps each, so that gives you 200 amps of battery plus 200 amps of solar. And and the refrigerator is 12-volt only. Okay, and so it'll run if you have a power outage where you are, or if you're boondocking, you got a refrigerator that's going to keep your stuff cold or frozen a long time. And then there's a little row of lights here. It kind of looks like a smiling face, and you can turn those on from the inside if you're hooking up at night or unhooking, whatever. And then over here, of course, you got another deal for the power stabilizers. This is the fresh water tank right here, and I think it's like 50 gallons. And then this is pass-through storage, and it's really easy to use. This has got a big magnet up here. How nice! How about that? Oh, that's good. That's good. But you can see it goes all the way through. You can put a lot of stuff in there. I just put some miscellaneous stuff that you know, that I didn't need very often. And so we'll close this. And yeah, you just push it and it closes. Okay, how about that? And then there's a fresh water. They got everything labeled is what I like. Fresh water drain. Okay, that you look for that occasionally, right? And then this is the slide out right up in here. And of course, I don't have any chocks on this side. I got to get some. And but the good thing about it is the slide, and this is the west side of the RV. The sun sets behind me, and those tires are pretty much always in the shade, so I don't need tire covers, I don't think. And this window opens. The windows on each end. There's a window right here. On each end, they open. They're lift up. You know, you got a little clip. You pinch and lift the windows up on the side, and then this one it's got a screw dial to move it out. And then this is storage under the U-shaped dinette. Okay, and it goes all the way around the U. Okay, both sides. So you got there's plenty of storage. I just don't have anything to put in it yet. I hope I don't get it. And then it closes like that, and you got it. And then, of course, that's the water hookup for this, and that's the sewer, and on we go. You got 30 amp plug. And be sure, this thing here, whenever you plug it in, you give it a quarter twist. You know, once you plug it in a little bit, then give it a quarter turn. You know, to be sure you got it hooked up. And you'll know when you got it hooked up. There's a blue light there if you can see it. Maybe you can see it in this video, maybe you can't, but it's on. When that's on, you got power. And then there's another storage compartment right here. These are the bunk beds, okay? Get out of the sun right here. The bunk beds are on this side right here. The upper bunk's there. Upper bunk has a window that cranks out a little bit. And then the lower bunk, there's storage underneath. So the upper bunk is up there, lower bunk's in here, and then there's storage over here. And you can access this storage from the inside too. So you see there's the bunk, there's the upper bunk, and there's some storage. Plenty of storage here. I've just got some electrical stuff in there. But as you can see, I've got more storage than I got stuff right now, which is great. And so you close this. If you'll notice, that also has a double lock on it, because it's like the entry door. If you get in here, you can go anywhere in the RV. You know, the other ones are kind of blocked off, you know. So I'm going to lock this right quick while I'm thinning about it. And yeah, you just double lock it like that and that. Yeah, when these things are pointing flat like that, they're locked. If they're pointing up and down vertically, then they're not locked. Got a nice ladder to access the roof if you needed to. And it's set up for a rear camera. All you got to do is hook it up. You got to get a camera. And then, of course, over here we've got, okay, this is cable satellite plug here. Dink, dink. This is tank flush for the black water. This is city water. And that's antifreeze if you choose to set up your RV in the winter, you know what I mean, make it or winterize it. Got a good tire cover. It got a spare. Isn't that wonderful? It also has a hitch, you know, like for a bike rack and stuff. And I'm not sure. I think it's good for like 300 pounds. And yeah, Rockwood Mini Lite 2520 BH, year model 2025. And that's the outside. That's the whole, you saw the whole deal. Am I going to tow it with my Maverick? I can't. The max towing capacity of the Ford Maverick is 4,000 pounds. So that means you could tow about 3,200 pounds comfortably. And this thing weighs about 6,000. So no, I'm not. If I need to move it, I'll just hire someone and they can tow it. But anyway, guys, so this is the outside review of the 2025 Rockwood Mini Lite. And I've lived in it about, let's see, I got it on Saturday. This is Monday, so, you know, hadn't been a long time. So, but so far, so good. I got everything put away, and it's home right now. So anyway, thumbs up, ding, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want, drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, stand guard at the door of your mind, and enjoy your life the best way you can. It's a good unit. And you could, here's a suggestion, you could take this thing and park it somewhere on some property out in the boonies, and it's already got solar to power the refrigerator. You could add a little outside solar, you know, that plugs into that ZAMP connector up there. And yeah, you could be off grid and you got about a 50-gallon freshwater tank. So anyway, guys, enjoy your life. Adios. Bye-bye.